good solid signal up here. A good 10 to 20 over that side on peak, so you're good.
Hey, this is Tom, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show. God, what a morning I've had. 3 hours ago, I started this recording and just had a plethora of problems. And the original concept was that the band conditions on shortwave appear to be pretty good. Now let me show you why I thought that. Is the solar flux index is 106. Wow, it's, you know, as I've said before, over 100 is good, and it's been down in the low 80s. So I thought band conditions must be pretty good. So I got my radio hooked up and the antenna hooked up and all that stuff, and I did some searching on the internet for HF shortwave nets, and these are related to amateur radio operators and them getting together on the internet, because that's another tool you can use when you're trying to find out how your reception is going to be. And I was able to tune in a bunch of nets. Everything seemed to be working fine. I started my recording using my screensaver. I did a 10-minute show and crash, and then I tried again and crash, and I tried again and crash. Finally came to my little brain that I was at a hard drive space. Yeah, this computer I got out here only has an 80 gigabyte hard drive. So I had to go back up some files because my YouTube videos that I record typically are about a gigabyte each, so it doesn't take long to eat up. Well, it's not 80 gigabytes because there's only about 30 gigabytes available because of all the programs I have on this computer. So it doesn't take long. So it took me about 2 hours to do a backup because I'm doing it via USB, blah, 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 and all that hoopla. Now let's get back to the show. So my original intent was to get on the amateur radio bands and listen to some nets, or listen for some nets. And again, nets are a specific time and frequency that amateur radios get together on their radios and talk about either a specific subject or just anything in general. The one you hopefully heard a few minutes ago was the South Cars net. And typically what they do at the beginning, and it starts about 7 in the morning Central Time, is they check in and give a very quick weather report, the temperature and kind of general conditions of where they're at. And they are typically located throughout the southeast part of the United States. So that's a good one to use to get an indication that I'm receiving that band and that time. I'm getting good receptions. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm a little frustrated here, so bear with me. So anyway, I found 2 websites that'll give you the information about these nets. Here's one right here. It's at, no, it's not one. It's at n1yz.com. And this is one of its pages, and this is a listing of the HF nets. And these are typically in the United States, or at least North America. And as you can see, there are hundreds of these. Now, some of them may be gone. Some of them may be temporarily off the air. So you have to bear that in mind. If you can't hear one, maybe it's no longer going on. So this listing gives you the start times, both for the winter and the summer in UTC, the frequency they're on. So you can see they're all over the band, the band they're in, a general description and name of the net, and then the weekday that they're on. Some are daily, some are once a week, whatever. And then another piece of valuable information is a link to the net's website. So for instance, if we just step down here, Here is the Central Gulf Coast Hurricane Net, which it might get a little busy here in the next few months here down in the Gulf of Mexico and surrounding states. The one that you heard, let me see if I can find it down here. It was about, where is it? Oh, here it is. It's at 7.251. Oh, by the way, it's about 9:30 a.m. here in Florida. And this is called the South Cars Net, and it runs from 7 to noon Central Time, and it's on every day. So that's a good one that you can put in your logbook to say, hey, I can use this to find out, for instance, the weather conditions and find out reception conditions. So that's one of many. And you can see there's a lot of these. They overlap a lot. Different frequencies. So you can check in different parts of the bands. And the different subjects. Like I say, the one up here I showed you is about information about hurricanes, that's going on real time. Okay, so that's one. And this particular listing was updated in April of 2016. Again, there's always going to be some inaccuracies. Like, for instance, this morning when I started this show at 6:30, I was listening to a net that's a familiar net. It's been around for 20 years, but it wasn't listed on here. So anyway, just keep that in mind. The other one is at ac6v.com, and this particular, and he's got a bunch of web pages about different things. This particular page is about DX nets, so international nets, and they're all over the world. And again, it gives you the name of the net, the day that it's on, the time in UTC, and the frequency. Again, another good source of information and another good source of reception capability that you might have at a given time. And then here's the same listing by time. So I just want to show you these two web pages and point out the fact that these nets can be helpful to find out whether your reception conditions are good or bad, and then you can go listen to your international broadcast. So I thought I'd share that. If you enjoyed this show, please give me a thumbs up. It only took me 3.5 hours to do this show. I hope tomorrow is a better day. Bye-bye.